It's a new day in the workroom and honestly I'm very excited to move forward on in the competition. I did good last week but was safe, so hopefully this week I can do good and actually be in the top, haha.
The queens all walk into the workroom. Lemmy then excitedly exclaims that nobody here is the pork chop before he hops onto one of the table, getting some laughs from the others.
Honestly, Lemmy is just a lot in the best way possible, ha. I love his energy and I really want his comedy skills. I'd kill for that.
Queens congratulate Sylvester on winning the Maxi Challenge last week. Sylvester says he's not surprised he won the first challenge and it felt correct. Sylvester then looks at Mimi and asks if she believes she should have been in the top after last week's Untucked. Mimi averts eye contact and stammers before she says she thinks that both Alice and Forrest wear fierce, but she has had years of designing, so she was just gagged.
I'm not much of a shady queen, but I might have a sharp tongue and I might carry an umbrella for occasions like this. Mimi obviously is a type of queen who can't handle when people are better than her, period. Just because you make all your outfits don't make them good outfits, doll.
Katrina then says she finds it odd that Mimi complains when there were people in the bottom who could have gone home. Mimi rolls her eyes and says and should have gone home. Katrina then flips her off and says she's real lucky she didn't land into the bottom with her.
Mimi is a brat and we haven't even been here for a full week. Honestly, after that bottom placement week one, I feel more irritated by all these bitches who think they're better because they didn't land in the bottom 3. Well, guess what, bikes, that was just a small stumble to me making it to the crown.
Salazzle then asks the queens how they feel about Musa stepping down as the host and Stella replacing her. Sparkling says he doesn't care who's hosting as long as he gets his crown. Lemmy then says when Sparkling doesn't win he can get a different prize in his hotel room with a dramatic wink. The other queens erupt into laughter. Xinyan then says that Sparkling better not show up for fear of his life. Lemmy then says Xinyan's right. Production then waits for the laughter to die down before telling the queens it's time for the challenge.
Honestly, I'm gagged that a host stepped down from hosting, but I understand Musa is a very booked and blessed diva, so I guess this is a gig that's crossed off as not booked anymore, haha.
I guess the Musa cosplayer had family to attend to, so we had to settle for a Stella cosplayer, haha. In all seriousness, Musa stepping down is a gag, but also this means Zeruko was the last queen sent home by Musa, so I guess she has that going for her. Love you, sister, haha.
Hello, queens. This is officially my first day owning the queendom, so I'm starting off with a bang. By that I mean you will all be acting in a new action drama comedy.
I've done acting gigs before, but what the genuine fuck is a action drama comedy? You can't just combine genres together and call it original, mama.
You'll be acting your padded ass off in Roger the Alien Personas, the movie. Now then, queens, you will all be randomly assorted into groups, so let's get it started.
Team 1 will be Venus, Xinyan, Mimi and Alice Angel.
I don't mind my team entirely. Mimi is just the only girl who I don't exactly like. Venus and Xinyan do scare me a bit because I'm not really sure of their skill sets. But I'm Alice Angel. In an acting challenge, I got this.
Team 2 will be Lemmy, Koopa, Sparkling Cookie and Salazzle.
I really hit the bullseye on this one. I know I'm the gay clown, but both of my team members are really hot. Not to mention I can emote the shit out of performances, and I know Salazzle and Sparkling seem to be professional, so I think we got this.
As I love this cute trio, I do have some worries, especially with Lemmy thirsting after Sparkling Cookie. As funny as it is sometimes, I do fear he could get distracted, but when a diva needs help, a diva will help, so I'll keep him in line.
And Team 3 will be Mithra, Katrina Alves, Sylvester the Cat and Forrest.
This team on paper sounds good. I dabble in acting and musical theater, and Katrina is a full-on actress. Meanwhile, Sylvester and Forrest were in the top last week, but also Katrina is a huge cunt.
Now then, my queens, once you're done acting your ass off tonight on the runway is faux fur fantasy. An outfit made fully of fur, of course, not real fur. This week our extra special guest judge is in fact not Roger, because we can't afford him, so instead we got some wedding planner we could find on a billboard.
The teams get the scripts and all quickly split up to go assign roles and rehearse. Team 1, the starting scene, all sit down and look over their scripts. Venus then asks if Alice would like to be the group leader since she's the one with the most acting experience. Alice thinks for a moment and hesitates before saying she'd love to.
Well, in all honesty, I'm nervous. I'm used to working with other professionals who know what they're doing. No shade, of course, but I'm also not used to teaching people how to act. It's just a skill you get, girl.
Alice says that everyone can take the roles they want unless two people want the same role, because in that case they can have the role. Xinyen jumps up and says she wants the role of Ricky Spanish since she'd love to give a genderific fantasy. Venus says that would be fierce for Xinyen, and Mimi looks Xinyen up and down before saying she agrees.
My team, well, Xinyan in particular, is just annoying. Of course I can't go out and say that, but honestly after my confession last week I don't think anyone's buying that. I'm just tired of these loud-ass queens with shitty aesthetics.
Mimi says she'd prefer the role of Genevieve Vivance, saying she thinks she could give a funny light to the role. Venus then excitedly asks if Mimi has any acting experience then, and Mimi bluntly says no. Venus nods and says she'd like to have the role of Laura Vanderboobens. Alice then says she also wanted that role as well. The two have a mini stare-off.
Well, that's very awkward, haha. But girl Alice, you're an actress. I think it's okay if you have the last dibs on a role because, well, that's what you're good at, girl.
Xinyen breaks the silence and says that the two could audition for who gets what role, and herself and Mimi will be able to decide who will get the role for the betterment of the group. Both Venus and Alice read the lines for both Xinyen and Mimi. Xinyen thinks for a minute before saying she thinks Alice did better, and Mimi says that she thought Venus did better. Venus thanks Mimi and Alice squints at Mimi before taking a deep breath and says Venus can have the role. Venus smiles and grabs her script, leaving Alice with the role of Phantom of the Telethon. Alice then tells the girls to get ready to rehearse.
Girl, let's be real. Alice ate Venus up in that audition. I smell something fishy, and that isn't just the smell protruding from Mimi's entire body. This better not bite our team in the ass, or else I'll go skull kid on that green bitch to Stella and the judges.
Oh yeah, no, Alice did way better than Venus, but I really don't care. Alice is a threat and I'd rather her get into her head, and I don't even have to be mean about it. It's just my opinion. Well, the wrong opinion at least.
Team 2 is opening up their scripts, and Lemmy immediately says he wishes to be Ruby Zeldestein, the most iconic spirit medium in the world. Salazzle then asks to hear Lemmy read a few lines as Ruby. Lemmy does so, and Sparkling says he enjoyed it and says Lemmy is perfect for the role. Salazzle then says the role is Lemmy's. Lemmy happily starts to read his lines to himself.
I have a candy on my team. I have the role I won, and this challenge is literally so fun. This is just like the time I saw Arsene live. Sexy and fun. I love today, haha. The only thing that would make this moment replicate that would be...
Salazzle asks what role Sparkling wishes to have, and he says he'd actually want Genie, since the last time he tried to be sexy it failed since he was low last week. Salazzle gives Sparkling a hug and says she enjoys him wanting to stray from his usual vibe, and says she'll take Ricky Spanish. She then taps Lemmy on his shoulder, who's off in his own world, and tells him the group is ready to rehearse.
Girls, I'm definitely hoping this week will go well for me. I think my team is fierce, Lemmy is crazy, and Salazzle is just iconic, and so am I, haha. I hope the judges see I'm willing to stray from my usual sexy shtick.
I'm ready for this challenge because a bitch don't wanna be safe anymore, even if it was for 1 week. I pray Stella and the judges realize I basically led this trio to victory. Clock that tea, honey.
Team 3 open their scripts, and immediately both Mithra and Katrina take to the leader role, with Katrina assigning everyone roles. Mithra then says that if they wish to switch they can. Katrina side-eyes Mithra and says if they want to not win the challenge they could switch, but since everyone wants to win they won't switch.
Lord, someone get me a beer. I don't care if it isn't a sweet cocktail, I'm gonna need something strong as hell if I even want to deal with Katrina's bullshit this week.
Sylvester immediately speaks up and says he doesn't like the role he has. Katrina looks at him over her sunglasses and sighs. Mithra then says if there's any other role Sylvester wishes to have. Sylvester says he would like Mithra's role, and Mithra agrees to switch, saying she wouldn't mind having Sylvester's role anyways. Katrina then snappily asks if Forrest wishes to swap roles, saying she won't be switching at all. Forrest eyes Katrina up and down and simply says no.
Girl Katrina, nobody is asking you to swap roles. Damn, thank God I'm on this team, because this looks like if I wasn't here this would be a sinking ship.
Forrest then said he actually wanted the role Sylvester first had but now Mithra has. Mithra asks if Forrest is okay by being Laura and Forrest says he has the perfect comically large breastplate for it. Mithra stifles a laugh and says he can have it. Katrina then says if the judges like subpar acting then their team will win many awards. Forrest rolls his eyes and says that Katrina will be surprised to when people get roles they want they'll do better, and Katrina says she knows how to cast people, so if she got her way their team would have had a group win instead of just her winning by herself. Mithra then tells Katrina to please shut the fuck up because this isn't just a solo challenge and it's a team challenge. Katrina walks off with her script and both Sylvester and Forrest try to help Mithra calm down.
I'm so over Katrina, that's all. Anyways, other than her, me, Mithra and Sylvester are so tea. Unfortunately, Mithra's anger issues apparently get the best of her when Katrina opens her fat ass mouth. Haha.
These bitches are stupid. Clearly they can't see someone who knows what they're doing and follow their lead, but no, they have to do whatever they want even if it's for the detriment of the team. If we aren't the winning team, it's fully their faults.
Cover girl, put the bass in your walk, head to toe, let your whole body talk.
Welcome to the main stage of Cartoon Drag Race Holland. I'm your host Stella, and this is officially my first episode hosting. Now then, why don't we introduce our extra special guest judges first? Our new permanent judge, the Season 1 champion Paige. How are you, Queen?
I'm doing great, Queen. I'm so excited to see how you do on your first episode, sis. Even if you didn't crown me, haha.
Now then, our extra special guest judge. Now we planned to have Roger, but unfortunately we didn't have the pockets for him, so instead we found a random wedding planner on a Billboard Genie Gold wedding planner extraordinaire. How are you?
Yes, I am Genie Gold and not that implanted rotted bitch Roger. I'm having a terrible time because there are no smokes here and my smoker's lungs are going through withdrawal.
Okay. Anyways, this week I challenged my queens to act their asses off in our new film Roger the Alien Personas, the movie, and now this week category is Faux Fur Fantasy, and now let's let the judging commence.
Sparkling Cookie, Mimi, Lemmy Koopa, Shinyen, Mithra, Katrina Alves and Forrest had a great performance.
I did a lot better than I expected. I definitely do think me and Lemmy worked well together, but I think Salazzle might have fallen to the wayside in the scene with us too, haha.
What did I say, cunts? What did I fucking say? My entire team was good. Well, I wouldn't say good, they were good enough for a cute high school play. But bitch, I stomped all over this challenge. My personal favorite part was watching Alice drown.
One word. Mess. I mean, me and Mimi did good, but I'm honestly gagged. Alice didn't gag the girls a bit. I mean, not even I was gagged. I mean, I was gagged, not in a good way, I guess.
Sylvester, Salazzle, Venus and Alice Angel had a good performance.
I think me and my team did good, but girl Lemmy and Sparkling are weirdly a good duo. They low-key stole the spotlight from me, and even I could see. This wasn't my favorite performance, but I pray we are judged in teams.
Oh lovelies, I didn't do as good as I hoped, which is honestly really embarrassing because I literally won the audition to have my role. How did I do better in rehearsals versus the actual challenge? I can't.
Alice Angel slayed the runway.
Girl, I'm not gonna be delusional. I didn't do good in the challenge and I'm pissed, but whatever, a queen always bounces back because this runway is perfect. I'm giving you a fur wedding with a huge white ball gown and a cute red bouquet, and suddenly red wine spills out of it and all over my expensive ass dress. My special day is just ruined.
Sparkling Cookie, Shinyen, Mimi, Lemmy Koopa, Forrest, Salazzle and Venus had a great runway.
Walking down this runway, I genuinely feel beautiful. Of course, I'm not no Alice this week, haha. My look this week is a fur catsuit with a huge fur train that most of the people in the House of Nor actually helped me dye, so it's all different cute colors.
Girl, fuck walking down the runway. No honey, I ran down this runway and it can't be yet. Horrific killer clown. Look, I have a comically large chainsaw and a colorful fur dress, and oh my, what's that? Oh girl, it's blood. And my dress is ruined. Wait, hold up, I paid a lot for this.
Katrina Alves, Mithra and Sylvester had a good runway.
Okay, I'll be honest, I did kind of drop the ball this week. I did okay in the challenge and I did okay in the runway. I'm wearing a cute strapless cocktail dress adorned in blue fur. I have fur gloves and boots that match the blue fur on the outfit. I do definitely like this runway, but girl, this week was stiff.
I'm not much of a fur girly, I actually don't like it that much, but I'm wearing a cute top with a very deep V cut to show off my personality, all two of them, haha. I'm also wearing a cute fur jellyfish skirt, giving a wavy fantasy.
Well, queens, y'all really did eat. Some performances were Oscar worthy, but some teams, let's just say they're winning a Razzie Award. Now then, if I call your team, please step forward. Team 2, Lemmy, Sparkling Cookie, and Salazzle, you my dears, are the safe team. Now then, this week you performed in teams, and you will be judged as so.
Girl, thank God, haha, because I was not about to be in the bottom while my two team members safe or in the top.
Now then, Queens Team 3, you are the winners of this week's challenge. However, only one of you divas can win, so the winner of this week's challenge is Katrina Alves.
Oh girl, is anyone surprised I won? And fitting that Alice's dumbass was in the bottom. I just came to show these girls how it's fucking done after week 1. I'm here to stay, that was just a fluke.
I'm not gagging. Not gagging in the slightest, but whatever, she gave me another top placement to add into the collection, so she at least did one thing right.
Now then, this unfortunately means Team 1, you are the bottom team, but the judges tonight, one of you were good enough to be safe, and that was Mimi, so you may go to the back of the stage.
No surprise, I was safe. I was the saving grace on this sinking ship of a team. Alice isn't talented, Venus is a mannequin queen, and Sinyan is ugly.
Sinyan, Venus and Alice, I'm sorry my dears, but you are the bottoms of the week. Sinyan, you're safe, which means Alice, Angel, and Venus, I'm sorry my dears, but you are up for elimination.
I'm crushed right now. Not only am I in the bottom, but I have to lip sync against iconic queen, but I don't care about it. I plan to win this lip sync because I'm that bitch.
I'm not in the mood to go home, not right now, girl. This is not my curtain call. I know this song inside and out. I've done it 12 nights a week, and that doesn't even make sense in time, but I'm not getting ran over by a bitch on wheels. I'm gonna steamroll that training wheels, girl.
Now my queens, this week I challenged you two to give us a lip sync to Last Dance by Donna Summer, so now is your last chance to impress me and the judges and stay in the competition. Good luck, and don't think about fucking it up.
Alice Angel had a great lip sync. Venus flopped the lip sync.
Oh girl, Alice gave me life in this lip sync. She definitely had this song on repeat when it came out. She knows the words, she's hitting every beat, and Venus I expected her to lip sync in her roller skates, but then she threw them off. And is now barefoot. On stage, not a good look, darling.
Well, Lattice, that was definitely a lip sync. Alice Angel, Shantae, you stay. Venus, our love goddess of drag, it was an honor to have you here, girl, but now I must ask you to sashay away.
The queens all walk into the untucked. Katrina then walks into the middle of the room and announces she's here to stay in the competition, and the win proves it. Alice then says it's still too early for Katrina's shit. Katrina then says she's the girl who won a challenge, and the acting challenge at that. Alice then says she's not in the mood to fight with a petty cakey mug bitch whose only talent is sucking dick so she can get into lead roles for acting gigs. Katrina then yells at Alice, saying if she's the untalented one, then why was Alice in the bottom? Alice then yells at Katrina, saying she knows nothing about her and how she's had to work for in her career, and that an acting challenge on Drag Race doesn't define her entire career and numerous awards she's gotten that Katrina has none. And before Katrina could say anything, Mithra then tells her to please shut the fuck up because she has no reason to start shit when she was in the top and won the challenge. Katrina then says all she was trying to do was just prove a point. Forrest then says Katrina certainly proved a point, that Alice was right about her being a petty cakey mud bitch. Katrina then says that's rich coming from Forrest when he got his start in drag due to nepotism. Forrest then claps back, saying he's practically the best designer in his hometown, and Katrina must know a lot about nepotism by the way she mooches off the other way more talented Tekken queens who not only are talented but not petulant. Big B's. And once again, before Katrina could say anything, Alice then tells Katrina she's a wasted potential of a drag queen just because of her attitude alone, and she pities the poor people whoever has to work with her again. She then says which is why she thinks it's lucky that Katrina's team was even in the top this week. This is all having momentary pauses from Xinyan and Lemmy, both screaming and hollering with laughter. Katrina then storms off and Sparkling says if anyone would like a drink. Lemmy then says he'd love to try a drink from Sparkling, giggling to himself. Untucked ends with both Alice and Forrest talking about the argument, and Forrest says he's gagged. Alice had to deal with Katrina for who knows how long, and Alice says it's only been 2 years but it feels like 2 decades.